Το βήμα μου. Το άνοιγμα που αντέχουν τα πόδια μου για να μεταφέρουν το βάρος μου. Περπατώ, τα βήματά μου δεν αφήνουν ίχνη. Η πηξίδα μου κόλλησε, δεν ξέρω τι δείχνει. Άνεμος φύσηξετος, μου αέρας ερωτηματικός. Αβέβαιος ο προσανατολισμός. Η απορία ξεδιπλώνει την πορεία. Οι δρόμοι γράφουν μέσα μου διαδρομή. Αποτυπώνονται οι δρόμοι στο κορμί. Είμαι ο χάρτης των δρόμων που επέλεξα να περπατήσω. Είμαι η χώρα που διάλεξα να διασχίσω. Προγραμματισμένη οπτική, τασοπίνακας της ανθρωπότητας. Αν είναι ο κόσμος ζωγραφιά, μπορώ να βάλω πινελιά. Είμαι χρώμα η σκιά, το βήμα μονοκοντιλιά. Και περπατώ, τα βήματά μου δεν αφήνουν ίχνη. Η πηξίδα μου δείχνει συνέχεια ανατολή. Είναι ξημέρωμα, ροδίζει αυγή. Και καιρός του οικοδομήν, καιρός του εναγκαλίζεστε, καιρός του σιγάν και καιρός του λαλήν, καιρός του αποκτήσε και καιρός του απολέσε, καιρός του αγαπήσε και καιρός του μισήσε, καιρός πολέμου και καιρός ειρήνης.
Please translate. So, I went to the beach today. I'm laying there, having a good time. Suddenly, like 200 nudists show up.
Late afternoon, I find myself on a fishing boat, ruminating on matters of great importance.
So here's my question. It's a philosophical question. Greece is the home of philosophy as we know it. Why are the first people to take off their clothes the last people you want to see naked?
Είναι αντιαισθητικό, πες. Εγώ όταν το βλέπω συγχαίρω με τον εαυτό μου, να βλέπεις το παιδί σου με τη μαμά και τον μπαμπά να κρέμονται τα τέτοια.
Yeah, I totally agree with whatever we just said. Oh yeah, there we go.
Octopus salad.
Lambros is there, and George, of course, and George's son Nico.
Και εδώ το ψαράκι τι είναι?
Αυτό είναι σαλατούρι.
Man, that's so good.
Πες του, είναι γάβρος μαρινάτος. Φάβας είναι ένα...
Mashed fava bean. Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
This is like as traditional as you get. All these dishes are either used as an appetizer before the main dish, which is the soup, or as breakfast.
Breakfast?
They have this for breakfast, maybe a couple of beers, and then they go to sleep again for a few hours.
You're talking my language.
Αυτό είναι σπερκαρίτσα, αυτό το specialité το Γάλλο.
Beautiful. All the fish he catches, it's sold on the island or
Στην Αθήνα,
sent to Athens?
Mostly to Athens.
Νικό,
What kind of fish is this?
Ροφός δεν είναι?
ροφός.
Olive oil and lemon.
Man, this is some professional quality stuff.
Δεν τον έβλεπω, πες του να την τιμάει τη σούπα,
You need to eat more.
Good. The broth is fantastic.
Για μας.
Γεια μας.
Thank you.
Ευχαριστούμε πολύ.
Εμάς τα παιδιά όλα είναι δύο στο ένα σκάφος. Ένα εκεί, ένα εδώ ο Νίκος, εγώ με τον Νίκο.
Μου άρεσε το έκανε ο πατέρας μου και θα το κάνω κι εγώ.
He liked his dad doing it and he likes to do it himself. Και γυναίκες που γνωρίζει τη θάλασσα?
I was gonna ask.
Άμα θες βρίσκεις.
Yeah, where there's a will, there's a way, he says.
Εγώ από μικρά, μόλις περπατήσανε και μπήκανε λίγο στο νόημα, τα έστελναν στις κουτάνες. Του λες, πήγαινε στα μπαράκι, πιάσε τις ξεκολιάρες, βάλει 3-4 απάνω σου, βάλε μια στο πόδι, βάλε στην άλλη, να τη χαμουρεύεις.
Okay, this is just going to be a great pleasure to translate.
Okay.
He said when they were like at the right age, I'm guessing something like 14, maybe, and he took him to the brothels, and he took him to the whores, and he told him, you know, to realize that they're all out to get your money. So, you know, get them a few drinks, have a good time, go completely nuts while you're young and everything. So, you know, you're gonna be a bit laid back on the whole woman issue when the time
When you're
comes.
50. Okay. All right, glad I asked. All right, not really.
So this is ouzo.
Oh, sweet. I'll have some of that.
My rented villa is pleasant enough. But to be perfectly honest, lonely. Is it worse to be someplace awful when you're by yourself? Or someplace really nice that you can't share with anyone?
Hello.
How you doing? Hey.
Γεια μας.
Γεια
μας.
And it is very typical Greek sunset. The famous Greek sunset.
It's the boat.
The islands like Kyklades, the boat. Wow.
Wow.
That looks good.
Looks very good.
Oh man, that is really good.
The good food makes you happy, very happy.
Yeah.
Opens your heart.
There are a lot of countries where they're really, really poor, but they're super serious about food.
Like where?
Like here. Guys, don't go very far. Right?
People who are not Greek come to the Greek islands for the first time. Come to Naxos. What should you do here? You should drink raki for sure.
For
Yeah.
sure, do it.
Get drunk with raki also.
Get drunk. It's not enough to just drink it.
No. Get drunk and sing and dance.
Don't tell me what you ate. Tell me who you ate with.
The summation was that I moved to move him away from another customer, and he backed up and clenched his fist. And boy, when somebody clenches their fist, you know they're really capable of doing something. So I got in the first shot, and then somebody grabbed me by my arms and held my arms, and he got the second shot off. And he re-deviated my septum, which was a good thing. But, you know, he was bleeding and I was bleeding. And, you know, it was camaraderie. We hugged and kissed afterwards and said, oh, I'm sorry, I did that. Well, he's dead now. I don't want to speak poorly about my dad.
To see your team win. That's someone that might be on that wall.
We always lived in the hood. You would hear gunshots in the distance. You would get to know about gangs. You would see the graffiti. The people who you were growing up with, playing with, wouldn't be there anymore. And it's like, oh, what happened to such and such? It's like, oh, he's dead. He was in a gang, or he got killed in a drive-by, or he got shot in a such and such.
Hip-hop artist extraordinaire Lupe Fiasco grew up on the south and west sides of Chicago. But inside, his home was always an island of sanity, a supportive, creative environment.
Well, what was different about your family?
My mother and my father were very intelligent and politically oriented and active. So it you know, I got book smart and street smart, you know.
Floyd Webb is an old family friend. This is Lupe's mom, Shirley. As becomes quickly apparent, she is, along with being an extraordinarily good cook, an extraordinary and determined human being.
Man, this is so outrageously delicious. Wow.
The whole time we're eating, by the way, people are moving in and out of Shirley's small apartment, the place clearly a hub for a tightly knit community of friends and family.
So what age were you when you came to Chicago?
I was 13. The worst thing that my family could have ever done was left the South, was left Mississippi. They should have stayed.
But this was the land of opportunity here in Detroit and the great cities of the North.
Then we were never hungry down in Mississippi. We got here, depending on welfare, whatever, and they became alcoholics, abusive to the children and wives, and the children came out in the streets, and just everybody lost control, and now it's...
What was Chicago like when you arrived?
It wasn't as violent. You know, the neighborhoods were communities, no vacant lots. There were families all over, kids in the street. You could go outside and play and not worry about your children. And somewhere in the late 70s, early 80s, it started to change and become more violent.
July 4th, 2 young men gunned down at a Chicago strip mall. 50% certain. 9 people shot to death and at least 60 others wounded.
However much you might love Chicago, want to celebrate its general awesomeness, its character, its architecture, its food, there's no getting away from the ugly fact that Chicago's South Side is also currently the murder capital of America.
Why do you think people are killing each other in such large numbers in Chicago and not in New York?
Let's be clear, it's only a few spots. It isn't the whole city.
It isn't the whole city.
It's not the whole city.
To be honest, Chirac is Inglewood.
Right.
Hey, look, it's a pretty staggering body count.
The sad part is that it's been like this, right? And the only reason this story now is because white people looking at it. And it's like, oh, that's terrible. It's like, man, it's been like this for 30 years. How come it wasn't terrible 30 years ago when you probably actually could have did something about it?
Does a hip-hop artist have any obligation, really, to speak about anything positive or even smarter than cars, girls, or where's my money?
I guess it depends on where you come from. And then, do you feel an obligation to where you came from? A lot of people in the hood won't take me serious. You know, they don't take Chuck D serious because at least you take somebody who's rapping about crack and rapping about dope. That is actual thing that they can go get and sell and make money that day if they wanted to. You can't preach to them Black Panther Party or you know, Marcus Garvey or this, because they can't go out and get it and actually sell it and monetize it and make some money off of it.
Right.
Despite an appalling murder rate, questionable leadership, Chicagoans aren't going anywhere anytime soon.
The Southern people, we brought our spirit here. So Chicago had like a warm spirit and, you know, loving spirit.
It's a beautiful place. It's a genuinely beautiful place. Where you have to redefine what beauty is to you when you go to different neighborhoods, and it's really bad. But even in that, there's still a beauty in the people. And then just from a cultural front, you know, we got everything here. You know, we got, if you want capoeira, we got capoeira.
You want avant-garde jazz, we got avant-garde jazz.
Yeah, you want house music, we got that too. You want just straight finance and you want to just be a stock market baron, we got that too. You know, you want some of the best food that you'll ever find, we got that too. So we're crossroads and we picked up a lot of little DNA and things from different places on all fronts.
Started to know people's names and
Some characters you can't write them. I've always, my whole life, had a lot of difficulty with these fire plug type guys. And he started looking like he was going to start punching Street Jimmy, who's a guy that hangs around on the street and comes in here. And I said something to him, and he made a move. So I caught him a real nice left, knocked him down, and I never saw a guy make this move before, but on his stomach, he just went, like, squished over, hooked my leg, got on top of me, and started whacking me. And Hawkeye, our doorman, just sat there watching me being pummeled, and Street Jimmy came over and grabbed his arm.
Making a living hasn't really been what it's been about ever in Chicago. Keeping the ball in the air is what it's about, just making sure that things keep going, remain viable and sustainable. Nobody's too concerned about making a killing or becoming a star. Everybody just wants to keep doing it.
Is that a uniquely Chicago attitude?
I flatter myself by thinking that people in Chicago care more about what they're doing than what they're getting paid to do it.
One of the things people have always loved about Chicago, of course, is the music. And if one guy has defined rock and roll and punk sounds for the last 3 decades, well, this guy, Steve Albini, would have to be a powerful candidate. Member of the legendary Chicago punk band Big Black and one of the most important producers of underground rock, Albini produced some of the most influential music of the last 25 years. The Pixies, Slint, Nirvana, PJ Harvey, to name a few. He takes me to one of his favorite Chicago spots, Rickabenny's, to sample the particularly unholy delights of the breaded, fried steak sandwich.
This thing is...
This is half a sandwich, bear in mind.
That's like 4 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow. We're gonna need a boatload of napkins. There's no delicate way to eat this. You just hoist and go.
The time out of the fryer is also critical. These are still crispy on the outside. This is precisely the way the sandwich was meant to be eaten.
Yeah, that is a thing of beauty and tasty. So you have remarkably unusual for the music industry, remarkably lenient views on music sharing. Your pricing structure as a producer is somewhat against the grain of the usual business model. And you were not living in LA or New York, living on a mountaintop, peeing on the, peeing downwards from a great height. What are you, some kind of a communist? What's
well, I mean, I have a healthy suspicion of capitalism as a method. I feel like, left unchecked, capitalism is a kind of cultural sociopathy. Like, for a business to be successful in capitalist terms, it has to do the best possible job of exploiting everyone that it does interaction with. The end game of capitalism is that everything is crappier and crappier and people are more and more exploited, and I have a healthy suspicion of that. So I feel like the social model that I'm comfortable with, it suits my business practices, which is that we're all in the same game. We're all trying to do the same thing. We just want to make sure that things get better for everybody.
Is that a Chicago attitude, do you think?
Well, in my circles it is, yeah. In the punk rock scene and the people who are influenced by the punk rock scene, that's a very common notion, is that you're not trying to extract the maximum, you're trying to make sure that everything carries on.
Is there less douchery in Chicago?
You can find jagoffs. That's a uniquely Chicago word.
Jagoff. Oh, I love it. It's been so long since I've heard it.
If you look for them, you can find jagoffs of all type in Chicago. But the people who are,
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Productive and content and part of an enterprise that is, righteous, for lack of a better term.
Right.
They tend to not just give lip service to the notion of egalitarianism or fairness, but they tend to embody it.
What about the musicians? I mean, how much money does a guitar hero deserve to make?
Well, all of it, obviously, because that's what people are listening to. People are listening to somebody's creative expression.
Look down the bar, right? And it's
Some characters you can't write about. I mean, some people are...
The drink?
Around here, nicknames have a sick habit of kind of sticking to you like glue. You don't just dodge them, you just live with it. When I used to bartend the morning shift here, him and this other guy used to come in a bit crazy before it was even like 8:30 in the morning. And this one poor guy was here, and they were like on both sides of him just going nuts. And I'm like, that's it. you know, you guys got to go. But he says, you know, man, you're a real buzzkill. And it stuck to me ever since. I mean, it's carved in stone pretty much, yeah.
Chicago is famously a sports town. The Bulls, the Bears, the Cubs, the White Sox. To you and me, those are just names, but to many Chicagoans, a cause, a defining lifestyle choice. The rivalry between Cubs and White Sox fans, for instance, is particularly vicious.
The difference between a Cub fan and a Sox fan is a Cub fan goes to the park, they enjoy themselves, they have fun. The team wins, that's okay. If they lose, it's no big deal. The Sox fan will turn on their team on a dime if they're not good, if they don't play well, if they don't hustle. But a perfect day for a Sox fan is the Sox to win, the Cubs to lose, and then the Cubs plane crashes.
So to what do you attribute this quality of deep, bordering on murderous hatred?
The hatred is basically from the South Side.
Of course it is.
I mean, they hate us like you have no idea. We don't have that vicious intent to them.
Why the viciousness and hatred?
All right, but to be around Cub fans is to hate them.
All right, let's go, Cubbies. Let's go. I can never bring myself to understand their hatred of us.
So they're cursed. Their historic destiny is to be losers.
And like they say, any team can have a bad century. The Cubs are working on having 2 bad centuries.
Right.
Topo Gigio is a massive Italian-American joint in the Old Town that serves up much better than you'd think old-school stuff like scallops and pesto cream sauce for Bruce here and squid ink pasta with shrimp for Buzzkill. My veal saltimbocca is most excellent, and the long, festering dispute across from me only makes my food taste better.
Is Bruce's attitude atypical or typical?
It's extremely...
Or is he a relative moderate?
It's extremely typical.
I mean, he is sitting at the same table with a Cubs fan.
Well, yes.
No. I drink with Cub fans. I've even had sex with Cub fans. I mean, no.
Well, truth be told, the last time the Sox won it in 05.
Not that long ago, really.
For Christ's sakes, you won
It
one.
was this century.
I've been on this planet.
How about this century? We've already won one.
You know, I've been on this
So wait a
planet
minute,
for
though.
55 years. You've won one. You know what? You guys are
where's you
worse
guys?
than Notre Dame fans.
I wouldn't
You're
mind
worse than
winning
Notre Dame
every
fans. I swear to
25
Christ.
years.
You
Well-
cling on to that.
I mean, look, Chicago's a great city.
Yes, it is.
It deserves to win, right? I mean...
The thing is about Chicago sports fans, we got to see the greatest basketball player that ever lived. We were
athlete that ever
in
lived.
our prime. In our prime, we got to see this.
Right.
So now we're now holding things up to a higher standard of excellence.
Right.
Now here's where the Cub fans and Sox fans join forces to watch the Bear game.
Right.
That's something we can all agree on.
You both hate the Bears.
No.
No.
We love them.
I love the Bears, and we just want Virginia to just cash in their chips and just go away.
So let's say the planets the stars align perfectly for Chicago, in your view. What does the sports picture look like? Who wins, who loses? What happens?
First of all, there'd have to be some funerals.
There'd have to be funerals.
Several.
Who would have to die?
I would say the owner of the Bears, and then...
Do you agree with this?
Yeah, and if
More or less.
we hate owners.
Yeah, we all are united in the hatred of the owners.
Well, I wish you both luck.
At first look, you'd think this is the worst place on Earth. A ravaged, toxic, God-forsaken hill, threatened from above, riddled with darkness below. But you'd be wrong. Butte, Montana. It is in fact heartbreakingly, poignantly beautiful. The gallus frames seem eyesores for only a second before it becomes clear why they're points of fierce pride for locals, for whom they signify and commemorate everything.
For Montanans, many people consider it sort of a black eye. I happen to think it's sort of the essence of Montana.
Aaron Perrette was born in Butte. He's a professor of literature and a chronicler of the city's colorful literary history.
There is something beautiful about this city, right?
Yeah, the enduring decay.
Like in Detroit or a Buffalo or Cleveland, you can see the aspirations of the builders or the people who they were building for.
As I've gotten older, I kind of think about it the way Europeans romanticize those ruins in Greece and Rome. Butte is America's Acropolis.
In its heyday, Butte produced tens of billions of dollars worth of copper that built, well, America, that helped power the country, defend it against Germany and Japan. Without this hill, no copper wire, no electricity. At the turn of the century, Marcus Daly's Amalgamated Company consumed its competitors and became Anaconda Copper. By the 20s, the company, as it was referred to, was one of the largest corporations in America, generating staggering wealth by today's or any day's standards. People came from all over the world to make their fortunes here or simply for steady work, a better life.
Cornish, Welsh, a lot of Eastern Europeans.
Croatians, Serbs, very ethnically diverse.
By Montana standards or by any standard?
I would say by any standards, that's kind of a micro version of New York City.
Meaderville was an Italian neighborhood and developed a tradition of supper clubs. Lydia's was opened in 1946 by Lydia Micheletti in the 4 Mile, the valley below Butte.
So what is a supper club? I've heard about this tradition, but I don't really understand what distinguishes a supper club from a restaurant.
At least in Montana, the supper clubs are a variation on Meaderville style. Involves this antipasto beginning.
Sliced meats, sweet potato salad, salami and cheese, side salad, pickled peppers, and breadsticks.
Then when you actually get your entree, you get, oddly enough, ravioli or spaghetti, or here, both, but also French fries.
Odd.
That may be unique to Montana.
For entrees, seared scallops and white wine sauce for Aaron. Me, noticing we're pretty much landlocked around here, I go for the extra thick tenderloin of beef, thank you very much.
This is wacky. It makes no sense.
It is somewhat bizarre to have scallops and French fries.
Yeah. Meaderville no longer around.
No, it's not. It was swallowed up by the pit in the early 60s.
For the first 70 years, it was hard rock mining, blasting and digging tunnels deep into the ground. By the 1950s, mining was moving increasingly to above ground, open pit, which meant fewer jobs and a bigger, more visible footprint. By 1955, the Berkeley Pit had become the largest open-pit copper mine in the world. As it expanded, it devoured Meaderville and surrounding neighborhoods. There was money down there to be dug out of the ground, and that's what Butte had always been about from the beginning. In 1983, the pumps that held back the groundwater from thousands of miles of tunnels beneath the city were turned off. The pit filled with 30 billion gallons of water. And as mine tailings and mineral refuse contaminated the water, it became a giant, insanely toxic lake of sulfuric acid. A monument to greed and heedless exploitation of the earth, and something eerily, if tragically beautiful.
If you're still living here, you've got to have some kind of weird, perverse pride in the pit.
Absolutely.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you nailed it. Obviously, the pit is an enduring emblem of that rapacious capitalist greed, but you also have people here who are proud of where they live. And the history of Butte, in many ways, is, this town that should have died, but never did. Part of that is luck, geographically, but also the character of the people here. They endured.
As you might have gathered by now, this is a working-class town, and unusual in that it's a union town, a proudly union town in an otherwise very red state.
Butte is the most interesting, important town in America that nobody knows about.
Bryant McGregor is the owner of the Silver Dollar Saloon in what was once Butte's Chinatown.
So we call ourselves Butte, America.
Amanda Curtis, a former state congresswoman, was born of the labor movement. She's a unionist, an advocate for workers, and this solidly union city she calls home.
When you got off the boat in Ellis Island, it said Butte pinned to your shirt. And it wasn't Butte, Montana, right? It was Butte, America. We were founded by European immigrants who came from socialist countries with all of these crazy socialist ideas.
Would you say Montana, in a stereotypical way, is relatively socially conservative?
Oh, absolutely. But Butte is a labor town.
Nobody knows anything about union history. You know, they don't teach it. When the country was at its peak, unions were at their peak. When wages were at their peak, unions were at their peak.
That was then. This is now. This is the era of I got mine, Jack.
That's what makes Butte different. It's not I've got mine.
It isn't.
It's
Why?
Truly not. Union is together. We've grown this community out of taking care of each other.
You have to remember what it was like here for workers before unions, if you can imagine. Men worked underground for as little as $3 a day. 10 to 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week. Thousands died over the years in industrial accidents or from silicosis, lungs ravaged by the airborne silica dust.
You don't have any rights in your workplace unless you bond together and have a collective voice.
In a one-company town, despite hiring assassins and strikebreakers, Butte's thousands of workers successfully managed to unionize. Labor costs increased while copper prices slumped. Anaconda responded by moving their production increasingly south, way south, to Chile, where such impediments as labor laws and fair wages were more malleable.
We serve as the example about what happens if you allow unfettered capitalism.
But isn't there something beautiful about unfettered capitalism? Because look, this structure here.
We powered the entire world.
As long as they're making that money in the goddamn United States of America first.
Right.
I feel I'm a patriot. But if you're taking jobs away from America to export them overseas.
You're not.
You're not.
And we've been talking about this for decades in this country, right? Or keep our jobs here.
Yeah.